Why, hello there. How are we doing today, everyone? Me? I'm doing pretty swell. I mean, just look at that beautiful sight we just had. Like, absolutely gorgeous. God, this game is so pretty. I complain a lot about some of its graphical stuff on the details, especially with how far off stuff is. Like this, I'm sure if I looked at it up close, I'd be like, it looks kind of ugly. No, honestly, still looks pretty decent, even from here. But, like, stuff like in the far background there or something, I'm sure is more... Yeah, a little bit more... like you can see there, that looks pretty... yikes. But it's one of those things where you just take in the vista, just use it as the background with your character model, right? Absolutely beautiful. Oh, are these trees... Oh, these trees are supposed to be... pretty leafless. Cool. Alright, let's see. Where we go. Wait, before I forget. Gotta get my sugar. There we go. Oh, wow. Let's see. So... Still have quite a bit to explore. We got an island over there. We got those things there. Oh! Another Everdale. Sure, why not? I still have that, like, what, 17, 20, whatever, K, like, runes I need to go through? I think I'm just all farm for an entire level up of runes at some point. Alright, magic, come on. Oh! Hey, Volse! Ow! That's quite the roar you got there. Oh, you create giant swords! Oh! Oh, say for explosion there. There we go. And done. What's a Carian Knight that's a troll, happens to be a troll, doing here? Curious. Hey, Eris. It's bowl time. Interesting. Bol's here. Quite the curious fellow. So it's a Cuckoo Knight, right? But he got locked up? No, he's a Carrion Knight, right? So that's separate from the Cuckoos, if I recall correctly. Oh, cool. America's here. Alright, let's see what this island's got in store. You're gonna be one of those magical teleporting ones, aren't you? I knew it. Oh wow, only took one. I need threes! Give me threes! Oh my, that is, that's a conga line of... oh. Oh. That was just there the whole time. Okay, well... Well... I don't know how I feel about that one. You're up there, aren't you? Oh no, you're here. God, you don't bleed, huh? If you want somber stones, keep heading north along the cliff's edge. I will... I'm doing that, I think, so... Worry about Dragon Boy later. Oh, look, another friend. We're getting close to a level up, right? Yeah, it's another 10k. We don't have 10k, though, so... We shall continue. Oh my gosh. Stop pissing off the damn stupid jellyfish. Look, you're dead now. You're dead. Look, you did not have to die. Your horse is also presumably dead because this game doesn't have horse models for whatever reason. But I assume that your horse is dead. What is this? What is this? Why do you do this? I don't like to clean up after your mess. And look, they take 3 shots. Like, it's such a waste of good focus. Ow. The spirit jellyfish can poison. Good to know. Blood grease. Interesting. And a jellyfish. Why? Why would you do this? You moron! Oh, I got a shield though out of it. You moron! Huh. Commonly found floating above sacred ground throughout the lands between. Wielded without... I wonder if sacred ground means graveyards because that's where people die, so... I hate the cutoff sleeves of the astrologer cloak. I always have Box take it off. Hell hath no fury like a jellyfish woman scorned. I actually like it. I like the design to this outfit, actually. Like, I like the sleeves and stuff. Like, I tried taking it, I had Bach take off the thing, and I just don't like it. With the hood underneath and stuff, just, I don't like it. Me, personally, I think it's fine. I'm not someone who usually likes bright clothing, but I'm more of a red and black kind of guy. But this gray with this black and gold, I think it looks good. Oh. Who's sniping me? Oh. You. Oh! Well, that's done. Okay, so we have a little bit of a problem. Nice. Oh, nice! Carrion Slicer is still MVP at close range. It's absolutely insane. But I like it. I mean, if you're a sorcerer and you don't want to use a strength weapon, of course you want a strength sorcery. Or I should say you want a sorcery that supplements for strength. Actually, let's see how does it do against these guys. Oh, wow, yeah. So if I ever don't want to not do range... Oh god, being a sorcerer is so fun. Runak! Don't mind me, guys. Just dodge rolling through your supplies, except for the sacks. The sacks are... I like how the solid wood is more fragile than just the frickin' burlap sacks. Frickin' earthenware. Everything is frickin' destructible except the sacks. Alright, what do you got? Cuckoo Glintstone, still not useful. A playthrough using sword sorceries is fun, especially the big ones like Carrion Grandeur. I'll have to keep my eyes open. This sorcerer playthrough, though, I won't lie, it's a lot easier than my confessor playthrough has been, that's for sure. Even with pyromancy, the range is just not the same compared to this. You just have so many flexibility of options with sorcerer. It's kind of insane. Granted, I haven't unlocked, like, lightning or anything like that, so I'm sure it's just a matter of the miracle builds take time because we're not at the royal capital. Oh. So you come in troll form, huh, buddy? Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting you. Oh, this is your shtick, I see. Oh. Oh. Oh, and you do all the ghost shit. Well. Huh? Ow. Well. I need to upgrade my flasks. Or rebalance them so that way I have more FP, because we're getting to the point where I'm running out of stuff quickly. Granted, I don't need to go after the jellyfish this time. That was a huge waste. That should be safe. Alright, I think I cleared out that camp, so let's just focus on getting my runes and dealing with the big guy. So is there supposed to be a soulless demigod here? I can't think of any other reason that you... Apparently a lot of women died here. Oh, 666, huh? Yeah, hit that stub. Do damage. Yeah, those swords never got off, huh? Oh, nice. Oh, there's another one of you. Ah, but I want to be able to explore this without having to worry, so... All the cut grain that lands between must come from the 4 windmill villages in Altus. There's bread on the tables and potatoes, too. I suppose. I don't know where it came from, but man, they make that stuff hard. I'm always curious about food in fantasy games. It's such a big part of real life. Yeah, it's unfortunate that FromSoft doesn't really do that well in that regard. Like, that's definitely not where their focus of the world building is a lot of the times. Like, the idea, for example, that there's, in Bloodborne, the village outside of Yharnam in the Forbidden Woods was once a farming village, and has all the markers of that, except for, you know, fields, or in Dark Souls 2, where there's supposed to be the idea of there's all these peasants, but there's literally one farmstead in the entire area to represent them. It's like, wow. Lothric, too. Like, how does Lothric function? Like, you besiege Lothric, like, where's it getting its food? Like... It's pretty crazy. And you can probably apply that to most Dark Souls countries, because most Dark Souls countries are just city-states. It's like, it's this one big city, metropolis, with, like, some walls. It's like, great, you're fully defended, but, like, how the hell are you doing anything? The 4 belfries, huh? Looks like it's a warp gate zone? Typical. Oh! Ow. I should have kept going. Oh, there's a grace up there. Oh, good to know. Good to know. All right, we keep going. My squishiness is showing, though. At some point, I might have to start investing into vigor, but that will definitely be after we invest more into mind and into intelligence. We're so close with the intelligence, too. Like, I'm pretty sure we're, like, pretty much there. Just ignore me. 8 more K. We can get 8 more K. Come on, Grace. I saw you up here. Yeah. She got warp grades at this bell tower. Curious that this is the location, but we also have cuckoos here. I guess it's close enough to the academy, but it doesn't seem like it's a ready area on the map. Yeah, go for 70 and to be a little water pool. The giant kitchen in Dark Souls 3 with pots, pans, and no food stuff comes to mind. Yeah, that too. But granted, that's Gwendolyn's manor, and he hasn't been using it for a while, so I would not be surprised that there's no food there. Or servants, for that matter. It's just the guards. And they're hollows at that point, so... Aldrich did his job there. There's the camp. Nothing hidden behind here. Well, well, well. Who are you? Ordinary bell. Tree roots rising to an old man in robes with his arms lifted. Does he just have it on his breast? It looks like. It doesn't look like he's holding anything. Oh, this isn't a warp gate. Oh, it's for this. Oh, okay, so this is what the belfry thing was about. In that case, we already have 2. And I guess there are 3. I wonder what the 4th one was for, then. I have to imagine there was one here, but it got removed for whatever reason. The question then is, where did it take you? I guess we can figure it out if we look at the others, right? Oh, this is for the... This is for... Over here. I think it's called the Church of Precipitation localization or something. And it means like the waiting the king, crumbling lands. Crumbling lands. Maybe Farum Azula? Could also be somewhere underground. Oh, I hear. Oh, does this one need 2? Oh no, it needs only 1. No. Night Sky. Okay, no, this one's underground, so that one has to be Farum Azula. Huh. I'll be honest, I think these 2 are the ones I want to go do first. Trust this a lot more. We can do Farum Azula later. Hey Jeff, good to see you. I think this is the first time you've been in here. Welcome. Loki, thanks for all your lore write-ups. I love them all and have spent hours of my life reading them instead of working. No, I'm turning you into a useless member of society. Don't make me feel bad. Good on you, man. I'm glad to have been able to give you some entertainment. I'm hoping I'll have something new done soon, but we'll have to see. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot. So here's something interesting. When I was here, when I first was starting this playthrough, I noticed this. I was like, oh, that's cool. They copy-pasted the Cathedral of the Deep assets, yada, yada, yada. But they removed the blossoming flower thing at the top, because that was sort of very specific to the Anor Londo culture. That's kind of neat. They actually went that far. But just a... Oh, is this... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was like, wait a second. Why are those butterflies just there at the edge of a thing by itself? That looks like a trap. It was a trap. You didn't turn me into a useless member of society. I was already here, lol. There, lol. I'm an artist. Ah. Ouch, that hurts. That hurts me. Well, I'm glad that I was able to give you something to pass the time either way. Anyway, as I was saying with the gravestones, it was kind of neat because I was like, oh wow, so they changed that from how they use a Cathedral of the Deep. But then we got to like the Church of Merit, like, or the Pilgrimage Church in Weeping Peninsula, and I saw the blossoms on those gravestones again. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I thought they did. I guess they just did it for variation. But I've noticed something. These gravestones only appear in Stormvale-related areas, such as the Fringe Folk Heroes grave where we first were seeing them. Though technically, you know, it's the Cave of Knowledge and that stuff, but you get what I mean. It's in this mausoleum here. You see the same thing here. But then you go to this Church of Radigan, and you see blossoming stuff. And I think it also happens when you go to one of the Church of Americas around here or something. But when you... Oh yeah, like here, for example, this graveyard doesn't have any of them. This one doesn't. The ones to Watercolor Village doesn't have anything. Back here when we were at Church of Irith, I think it was also the same thing, nothing. So I'm thinking that sorcerers and Stormvale people, basically non-Erd Tree adherents, or even if they're following the Golden Order's burial practices, they're not... Okay, no, that's just unfair. They're not respecting the idea of a blossoming flower, so a lot of flora and plant life imagery being used. That is fascinating, because it gives us the idea that we can narrow down a lot of what these graveyards and who's being buried here based on whether or not they have any of these graves. Either they have the graves without the blossom, or they don't have those graves at all. At which point, it's at least vague and neutral. But we can at least in many cases determine that probably is. Which I find interesting, because it's like, there's a Church of America in Caelid, but they don't have any of those graves there for all the things, because again, it's at Celia, Town of Sorcery. So, again, very, very interesting that this... I noticed that, I'm like, ooh, we're gonna have to keep our eyes open for that in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if we stopped seeing it, once we get, like, north here and get to the plateau and stuff, because then I'm assuming that's where it's going to be all stuff. Okay, round 2 with this buster. I have meteors this time. I can sling rocks. Oh, right, but you do that. Yes, just keep killing yourself. Yes, come on, boyo. Into the mist. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Mist disappears as soon as I do that. Yeah! Golden Beast Crest. Ornamental Straight Sword. Yeah. Again, though, seems to be a barrel plot. Elden Ring. Inside the image of the Erd tree. Trees have grown in a manner befitting the constant windstorms blowing them. Interesting. Paladin. Woman with a vase drop. That makes sense. Same thing there. More burial plot. That is interesting, huh? Exactly. Ruh-roh. Just parry him, Kappa. Just parry him, Kappa. Yeah, just parry him. Smile. Just parry this grafted scion. He's only got like 8 arms. I'm sure one of them can be parried. And a lion. We see that bit in Stormveil proper, too. Alright, so have doors opened here, or am I gonna have to still, do the same old, same old? Nothing here, nothing down there. Man, how nice we don't have a convenient fog obscuring Stormveil this time. More power. Come on. Give me more power. I don't see anything. Is it literally just come back and do the boss and that's it? Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Again, we have the image. Oh. Woman extending her hand. So, this church is used as mostly a library, it seems. Actual books with bookshelves for study. Not too many at pews. We do see some of them in rubble. We see, as we can see here, it seems like half of it was pews, half of it was chairs for study. Oh, this is open. Nice. Oh, nothing here. Oh, just the Stormhawk spirit, sure. Ah, there you are. Wait, you're not here. What? Oh. So this is probably the Storm King, huh? Ashes of a Hawk revered by all. There's a sovereign back in the days when Stormveil winds still raged like no. So yeah, that's when Stormveil had I guess the Japanese put it, a true storm. The old king is proud, however, so refuses to answer anyone's summons. And just casually here, huh? This is the church that awaits the king, though. So the question is it awaiting the Elden Lord as terms of king? Or is it referring to another kind of king? Like the Storm King here. Maybe a successor to the Stormveil's king? And Stormhawk Dine, huh? Now this one we can use. The spirit of Dine the Stormhawk. A fierce hawk that faithfully rendered lifelong service to the old king of Stormveil long ago, when the true storm raged. If I remember right, the Japanese nuance to this was like basically served him till the end. So obviously he's now dead. Its cries embolden its fellows in battle, and the tempestuous winds that circle it shred through foes. Curious. Oof, I'm late. It's okay, Adolphus. In the hitless run, the sign swings 3 times and you can parry the 4th attack. It's a crazy strategy. Wow, in the hitless run though. Gosh, hitless in this game. I can't even imagine. Stormhawk was my ride or die when I remembered to summon him anyway. Well, there's no, so we're not doing summons in this. Maybe we'll do it if we want to, like, show off something, but, like, I'm not going to use summons. Summons are dumb. To be honest, I saw the Stormhawk leader thing as, like, an animal companion similar to Sirash. Everything associated with Godfrey is a lion. Stormveil's sigil is a hawk. It's more or less a guess. The problem is they call it the king, though. While Sirash, the idea is that he's the Chancellor Beast, or the Beast Regent, I think the localization puts it as, right? So my idea would be that Sirash was the idea that he was the Beast King or whatever. Which would imply that Sirash probably was king of something before he decided to become subservient to Godfrey, right? Because obviously, you know, Lion, King of Beasts, blah, blah, blah. But maybe that'll connect to Fire Missoula. But the idea would have to be that he gave up his position as king. I don't see how this character, who's portrayed as this incredibly proud Storm King, is being like, I will not serve someone else. See, like, it refuses to answer anyone's summons, right? I don't see how this could possibly be a companion to someone, because, again, it clearly, its pride makes it refuse that it will serve anyone. It only serves itself. So this sounds like something where, because the idea was that Godfrey defeated the quote-unquote Stormlord in single combat. This seems like the figure that would best fit that. There's also a question about when the conquest of Stormveil took place. Because I think we saw a painting over here. We'll look at that again. Now's a good time to check it out to show people. Because this is actually kind of important. I think we got everything we could from here. There's also still the suspicion of how Stormveil's people are exiles, but it looks like they were associated with dragons originally. And we see, of course, how they use dragon communion-related incantations and stuff. Is this the way? Yeah, this is it. I think? Or did I miss it? No, it's here, right. So this painting here, I think it's unique. I haven't found anything quite like it, looking through the whole castle. And what it shows us is the Divine Tower on Storm Hill, but there's no Stormveil Castle, and there's none of the structures on the island, mountain little things in the water, ocean, either. And I don't think we see the Erd Tree. Yeah, there's no Erd Tree in the background. You see the mountain, but you don't see the Erd Tree. You can't see the mountain there. Now, this is admittedly shorter than it is in-game. I'm pretty sure the bridge is, like twice as long, so I don't think you can recreate this angle. But the artwork, at least, seems to be giving us the impression that this, before the Erd Tree, there was the Divine Tower, but there was no Stormveil Castle. So when was Stormveil Castle built? It would have to be after, because the hawks are hawks, right? They're just gonna sit on the hill, you know, enjoy it as their nest, right? Though it is curious that they would make that area where you can access the Divine Tower their nest. So that itself is curious. But point being, I assume it has to be the banished knights and soldiers and all that, all these exiles who built Stormveil. And they made the Stormlord their king eventually. Because if I recall correctly, two of the spirits we get are called Wings of the Storm in English, but the Japanese is Wings of the Storm King, the Stormlord. So that's confirmation there that the Storm King was in fact in charge of them at one point. Yeah, that makes sense. It stumped me as to why a hawk would rule over a domain of, like, human architecture with knights in his service and stuff, unless I'm missing something. Well, that's what I just went over, so feel free to update me if you think that, makes more sense to you, how I'm explaining it. Stormveil really reminded me of Demon Souls really heavily in the Boletarian Palace. I was kind of hoping for more of that feeling throughout the game. Yeah, I can see that. Not that I didn't love the rest of Elden Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring is definitely different from other FromSoft titles in many ways. Ooh, actually. Wow, that looks cool. I can't wait to get there and actually have it look in good quality. Oh, and there's a castle over there. Wow, this game. So, There is Altus Plateau with the Royal Capital over there. There's the Erd Tree. Our Golden Tree. That's Volcano Manor, I assume. God! We have really traveled far, huh? Because that's where Old Benork Village was. Holy crap, this game, man. Makes you feel like it. This game honestly delivers on what Dark Souls 2 was originally aiming for, of really making you feel like you're doing a cross-continental journey for an adventure. Like, it's absolutely insane. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm thinking that the Stormlord and everything happened as a result of the Banished Knights getting exiled. And they're not settling in Liurnia because, well, sorcerers and stuff presumably don't want them there. So what I can assume happened is, because we see how, like, the way the road is set up and stuff, you have to pretty much go through here because it looks like this road stops. Oh, no, it keeps going, actually. Maybe it worked. No, wait. No, but this is where it splits, so you have to go here. Yeah, so you'd have to go here, and it stops here, right? So, yeah, so you'd have to go here from the town here. So, yeah, everything ultimately passes through Rhea Lucaria. So the idea would have to be that basically they got rid of them. This is also why I assume the Liurnia Wars happened, right? Because, in order for Godfrey and company to get to Stormvale and others, all this, they would have to go through Liurnia. And obviously the sorcerers of the Academy might not appreciate having armies marching through. On top of the whole, you know, heresy and all that stuff, right? So that seems like one of the bigger strategic reasons to deal with that. Wow, huh? There's a lot of stuff about the beast-led civilization and or domains with some mixing of humans prior to the Erd Tree. The dragons and their beastmen and whatnot, and of course hawks. Oh, I guess that makes a lot of sense that the banished knights remaining at the castle were once under the command of the Storm King whom Godfrey killed. Yeah, because from what I understand, they were at the banished knights seem to have been banished, and maybe they were part of Fara Mazula or something. I don't know. Again, I haven't gotten that far to see, but I don't recall all the descriptions off the top of my head to remember properly. But from what I understand, it seems like there was a dragon thing. And I assume this dragon thing was before the dragon cult became a thing in the Erd Tree, right? So it was probably something like, okay, we have a bunch of dragon worshippers here. We're kicking them out because we're all about the Erd Tree. They get kicked out. They settle here. Now, the English calls it a penal colony, which isn't wrong per se. It's just that the Japanese isn't worded like that exactly. It's the term for quote-unquote penal colony. Again, it can have that meaning, but the term is literally a exile or banishment land, right? So the idea is that they're going to a land of exile. And if I recall correctly, I think there's a line that Marika says at some point, which she actually talks about, she says basically you choose, do you want to be part of our regulation, again, the order, do you want to be part of our order? I don't know if this is necessarily the golden order, quote unquote, but the idea is that you're going to be part of our order, or are you going to basically become a quote unquote a branch or a side stream over in like lands basically bereft of any power. Like, you're gonna be powerless, you're not gonna do anything. So I assume the idea of them being bereft of any power is the idea of, okay, you're not gonna have any influence here on the plateau. We control the plateau. That's our hegemony. You dragon worshippers or whatever, you're all gonna be sent out into like the exile frontier, the remote regions, quote unquote, because these remote regions we don't care about because you're gonna be all the way far and away from us. What does it matter? However, then they set up here, because I don't see a lot of evidence of Godfrey and company keeping control over these places until that. They seem to act almost like their own independent semi-state or something. So if there was an idea of hegemony, it must have been incredibly loose. Obviously, we know the idea, though, that Godfrey came through, and now Stormvale has everything, like, associated with him put on here. So I'm assuming that Stormvale, as we know it today, was invented by Godfrey coming through and defeating the Storm King and stuff. We also know that at some point, there was a siege that happened here. Though I don't know why Godfrey was coming down here, except I can assume that the Banished Knights, because again, we see the same stuff, their equipment here. And I think Edgar wears their set, right? So the idea seems to be that the Banished Knights may have already been here. and then Godfrey took it over, and then the Revenger came through and tried to have his revenge, and as we know, he ended up dead, and now he's got a giant grave with a hole in the center, which again is a curious detail. Why do, obviously it's a copy pasted asset that got mostly cut from Dark Souls 3, but the idea is, okay, why does his grave get identified with a giant hole in the center? Like, what's the significance there? That's a lot of things to be curious about. I wonder if that's why Godric appointed Edgar. He looks like a banished. Yeah. There's definitely this idea that Edgar's either a banished knight or at the very least he's dressing like them. He doesn't use any of their storm stuff, but that could be just a limitation of that could just be a limitation of the game. Actually, I wasn't paying attention to how he fought in when he was like chasing us around at the shack. So I don't know. It could be possible that Edgar's got some crazy stuff going. Anyway, we've been talking a lot, so this is not a lore stream, so let's try to keep going. Alright, so this takes us to the night, right? Wait, what's our status? Well, hopefully nothing crazy here. He has a big hole in his grave because he's got the dark side. You have his halberd. You can check if you want. Ooh, I should do that. You're right. We're going to have to do that next time I go to Grace. We got to do that because there's a few stuff related to Stormveil that I want to examine related to that because it's worth looking at. Trying to refresh my memory. Wait. I think I know where we... Oh, yeah, I know where we are. This is the other side of that bridge that we couldn't see. So, okay. Ancient civilization, right? The old dynasty. Oh. Woo! Horse. Almost got me killed. Let's get up here. Okay. So, old dynasty builds this bridge that we can see overlaps with some of the Nox architecture now. Interesting. That looks like it's an old dynasty, but it seems like it's overlapping with the Nox stuff at this moment. Obviously, these white trees are curious. I wonder if they're partially the reason for the blue electric balls in the rivers and stuff, or is it the rivers themselves that are generating that? That's an interesting detail. Anyway, so it seems like they built these bridges in order for you to be able to access this over here, though obviously, again, much like the highways we see up top, they've mostly collapsed and are no longer existing, so we don't see a lot of work with the viaducts in this area. Wait, are these the same tree things? Oh, it's so hard to tell. They might be. They might be more of those trees. They don't look exactly the same, though, but it could just be because they're bigger and thicker. I could see it. Yeah, these might be some of those trees. They look a bit petrified, though, which is, again, another curious detail. Is it because they're stuck here in the rock, similar to what we've seen with miners? So you have this idea of the ancient civilization building here. But what's up there that's so important that they need to put it so high? Curious, curious. All that water, too. I hope there weren't any items up on that mountain, because I didn't see them. Wasn't there a Godfrey? Yeah, there it is. There's our Crucible Knight. Hey, buddy, I hear Godfrey's back. You should go meet up with him. There's where we fought our ancestor spirit, or at least we went to the dimension where we did. Model necklace. Said to be a budding horn, the ancestral followers believe the horns of a long-lived beast continue to bud like antlers over and over again until at least one day becomes an ancestral spirit. Okay, yeah, that's the same thing we've already established. The below areas seem like a mesh of cultures. Nox, Uul, those worshipper dudes with the horns, etc. I think those worshipper dudes are the descendants of the old dynasty. I think they are what's left of that culture. Because I think we've consistently only found them in these ruins, and they're associated with, say, those monuments connected to the ancestor spirit and stuff. Like they're staying in this area. Now, I don't think they're just what's left of them, right? I think they are a distinct culture because there's this idea of them shirking civilization, which means they're all about like nature and natural stuff. So I don't think they would build these stone stuff. I think the ancient dynasty collapsed, and these are their successors, and they just like, okay, we're gonna continue the old dynasty's culture, but we're gonna go more extreme because we're gonna forego anything having to do with stone stuff. Because I presume they blame them becoming this massive complex civilization for why they face destruction, right? Like, you know, Wrath of the God or something. That's where I'm at in that regard. And we have to also consider the idea that because they are quote-unquote descendants, aren't they like blue-skinned or something? Or is it just because they're in spirit form? Because depending on that, we might have a connection to Newman besides the Nox, then. That could be an interesting thing to explore. But that is not this. Oh! You found me quicker than I expected. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Oh, boy. Woo! Oh! Oh, I jumped way too late. That was not working. Ted Kegsnitsky? I cannot pronounce that. It's like a gray-blue. There's some Liurnia who aren't spirits. I think they're tan-skinned. They're ash-gray with blue eyes and white hair, I believe. Ash-gray, huh? Could just be from extensive living underground, then. We'll have to see. Oh, we have to go all the way back. Excuse me. Alright, we gotta kill this Crucible Knight with, wait, is this the right one? Nope, wrong one. It's this one. Okay. Gotta kill our Crucible boy without me, dying. Well, there you go, Adolphus knows. Been you looking close at them, Adolphus? Getting, like, real up close and personal with, those big, strong, meaty tribesmen? Ooh. Pasty boys, then. Oh, that's right. I can do this. God, how do you block? How do you block from behind? Oh, there you go. I guess the game just has a weird detection radius for that. Oh, that's, yeah, how does that... Explain this to me. Okay, and that... Don't make me try the Karian sword. I'll do it! Ow. That was a terrible idea. Should never have done it. Yeah, I shouldn't do that with how squishy I am. Can we make you, like, fall off the edge or something? Woo. Oh boy. We might be able to do that. We might be able to make it work if we wait till he gets close, like that. Nope. 2. Takes way too long. Ow. Woo. That was a little too close. Okay, so gotta be careful with how close I do that. Gotcha. Woo. Yeah, doing it, I'd rather. Woo! Really? That's it? That's all? Okay, sure. Would have liked at least 5K. I guess that's it. Interesting, though, that he's just here staring at this, though. Did Godfrey come down here at some point? Or did he come from here? That'd be an interesting thought. Crucible incantations are so fun. Frog roleplay has never been more rewarding. Alright, I guess that's everything, guys. So if this is it, we're gonna be heading back to Belfry, I suppose. Whoa, Belfry's far. Again, interesting how the Belfry takes us to these locations, though. And it's not like a formal location, right? So it doesn't look like this was official correspondence. It seems like it's just, hey, we want a shortcut to these areas. Very interesting. Nah, some person on Twitter does these close-ups on enemy models. The worshippers are so cursed, to be honest. Actually, every human who isn't a player or NPC is cursed. All got tiny heads and big bodies. Yeah, I've noticed. Pro tip, deplete the enemy's HP bar to win. Oh, wow, thanks, Jeff. Like, I can't believe I didn't realize that. Zuli removed the robes from the Wraith collars and the grafted scions. They're so horrifying. Oh, I can't imagine. They already are horrifying, honestly. I feel bad for the scions, but it looks like any weaker link of the golden lineage is like, alright, I'm gonna fix that to craft because their good god genes are so weak. I assume they're long defunct teleporters. The thing is, they look too new to belong to the civilizations that have already clearly fallen well before this, so I'm not entirely Wait a second! Is there What did you do to that mountain? My, that's pretty crazy. Also, why is the rock face changing completely? Like, this rock is so different from the rest of the rock. It's so weird. Oh, well. It is what it is. So, that's our belfries explored. I can level up, so... do we want to do that, or do we want to risk going through the camp again? We can just go to the camp. Oh yeah, foot of the floor belfries, yeah. Let's do that. Very interesting, though. Very fascinating. Let's get the level up in. Yes! 60! Whee! Meteorite staff still outclassing, though. Oh my god. I have to upgrade that staff. I need that Somber Smithing Stone 3. It's getting kind of ridiculous. The visual of grafting is horrifying and crazy cool, but the logistics of it are confusing to me. Why does having more arms and legs make you stronger? Besides the utility of having more limbs to work with, obviously. Like, again, Godfrey adds Godric adds a dragon head to his arm. You can imagine the utility there, having fire breath on demand. And clearly the fire doesn't originate from, like, a throat or a esophagus, because obviously it's just the head, but they're still able to breathe the fire, right? It's like Dark Souls. It comes from somewhere more fundamental in their body. So there's this idea that, clearly, magic power, regular power, maybe the power of just runes in general, are being added. So you can add, say, like, a troll arm, or a bunch of tiny mini-arms onto that troll arm. And that's going to add not only to the physical utility of what you can control, right? Because you got more arms that you are able to sort of control as extensions of your own. But you might also be able to add more rune power, essentially. So, kind of similar to what we're doing with our maidens. But Godric doesn't have access to a maiden. He's maidenless, chat. He's got no bitches. Couldn't happen to a sadder fellow. Oh yeah, that's not hitting. Hey buddy. Oh, you're not dead. Oh boy. Oh, that worked. Did I ever go up to where that guy is? I don't think I did. I think I just skipped him. Oh, come on. There we go. God, being a sorcerer in this game is so much freaking fun! The mobility, honestly, they could probably add the whole casting while moving thing very slowly to Dark Souls, like any of the Dark Souls games. I don't think it would change that much. I think it'd just be a nice quality of life. Demi-human staff's also very good for low int players. In Dungeons & Dragons, dragons have a throat pouch that stores their breath weapon. Yeah, but you'd imagine that's limited to a certain extent. Whereas I assume with Godric, he's not adding a dragon so he can just use it for our boss battle. He assumes it's going to be able to work long term. Unless he's got to feed that thing. Imagine feeding your severed head you added. Yeah, that wasn't going to work. That was a bad plan. Didn't live, my mate. I'm sorry. Oh. Right. Did someone give the dog frickin' homing soul mass? What was that I just saw? I wasn't paying attention when he threw the thing. Or maybe they just float. Rare Lucarian gauntlets. They look almost identical. Nice. Albinoric blood clot. Boy, they killed a lot of Albinorics for this, huh? Smithing Stone 4? This is a joke, right? What? Just give me Somber Smithing Stone 3! There we go. Oh my god, your shield, mate. There we go. All's right in the world. We've cleared the camp. Nothing else of interest here, huh? Maybe Godric is a dragon furry. Why is he getting all the disrespect? Shame, shame. Listen. Godric's got enough things to be shameful about. Don't make him a furry. Oh my god. Everyone in my chat leaves because they're furries now. Watch it. I was swimming in somber stones. I just need one. Whatever type of soothing stone you need, you find endlessly the opposite. This is so true. It feels like the desire sensor in Monster Hunter all over again. Just give me the goddamn item I want. Give me my Rathalos Ruby, Monster Hunter. I just need that plate. That Rathian plate, damn. Ah. Oh my. Chat, I have to. I have to do it. Oh, I wish I had more explosive AoE power. They're so confused! They're like, who is killing our people? Ah! Ah, you ran away from the group. Why? I killed them all. How does that make you feel? Oh. I see. All of you can do that, huh? Yeah, get stuck on the terrain. Get wrecked. I can do sorcery too. Ah, that felt satisfying. Oh, there are trolls here. Probably good to see. Ooh, got the helmet. What that's like. Didn't see that coming, did you, bud? Oh, I love... Oh! Can't cross the good old little lake. Oh, that's right, we have all of these guys to get rid of. Don't worry, buddies. I'll deal with them. He would be a scaly since the dragon. Literally, I'm getting nothing but 1 in number 2 when I need like 7. I feel bad killing their horses. It's always a win if you can spare them. Unfortunately, apparently the horses count toward you getting flasks and stuff back, so it's like, okay, no mercy to the horse, fine. I was like, okay, really? Gotcha. If the horse is truly this deadly enemy I need to face. If you say so, game. Okay. Thanks, buddies. I guess not there. Let's see. What's the weapon this time? A Carrion Knight sword. I guess that makes sense. We got dead Carrion Knights you gotta bring back. Oh yeah, look at this. Weapons of the trolls in service to the royal family of Caria. Called into service when the queen invoked an oath they swore. The trolls are treated as true knights of Caria and fight arm in arm with their human comrades. They had to have been brought with Radigan, right? Because I'm pretty sure the trolls betrayed the giants to serve the Erdtree capital. So I can't imagine before the Liurnia Wars them becoming knights. So I have to imagine this is after. And some of them stayed behind when Radigan left. Because they swore to Renala. And this is Edgar's thing, what, right? So... yeah, he doesn't have any storm skills attached to this. They numbered fewer than 20. This power made them match for even the champions of gold in battle. So basically, the Carian Knights were key instrumental in making sure that the golden heroes like Radigan didn't end up winning the conflict. Listen, buddy. I'm sure life sucks for you, but Just enjoy that mist while I talk to chat. Those are evil horses, spawn of Godric, god of death. Look up the lore by Loki, Godwin, god of the meek. Evil horses. I would like to see some zombie horses, not gonna lie. So, like, while you do that... Oh my god. There we go. Okay, fine. I get you. Can't try to just make things easy, huh? Where's the sniper sorcery? I want to snipe from across the map. Speaking of... Oh my... I am so annoyed by this sometimes. Alright, you go die in the mist while I do this. Go. Land Octopus, my one enemy I will not face. Night Maiden's Mist, not even, huh? Oh no, you're coming. Please, Mr. Octopus, I don't want to be in a hentai. Only the lobsters can snipe across the map. Those damn giant prawn. Oh, Grace. You gonna die? Yeah, there we go. All's right in the world. Oh. There's 3 of you. I remember there being more near Edgar's shack, so we got... Oh god, there actually, yeah, there's lots we haven't explored here, huh? Oh! There's the map, though, so I'm gonna want to grab that. So let's do this, Grace. Investigate up until the bridge here, because so we'll have it basically where it'll be like this bridge and this bridge will be the part of the lakes we don't explore. Until we take the right path. Because as this stream title should tell you, we're being a lefty today. Well, them and some particularly frustrating, though surprisingly proficient, wandering noble sorcerers. Methinks thou doth protest too much. They can't really do any better but spam Glintstone Pebble. Poor guys. Oh god, where did this come from? It got so misty! Whee! So let's focus on here, 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 and here. The fog is disappearing. Good. Cleaning up after, things went awry, huh? Don't you chant in my face! How rude! More crystal leads. Nope. Almost a cave, but nope. Oh, wow. Oh, no! Please don't have a royal. Don't have King Revenant here coming in. I don't need a king. Don't take me to your leader. Anything but that. For the love of all that is holy. Those guys die in one shot if I get them while they're ambushed. But, well, they detected me, so too late. There we go. This is pretty sizable for a graveyard. We don't see a lot of these this big. I mean in terms of the coffin versions, obviously. Like, this is a lot of rune coffins with runes. I wonder why the Revenants are here. Are they here to investigate something particular about these bodies? Do they just want the runes? Most curious. Okay, but anyone knows how there are green leaf trees in the waters but yellow leafed on land, or is it just in Liurnia? I did notice that, but I'm not sure if it's consistent because there are green leaf trees in Stormvale alongside the yellow leafed ones. So I'm not sure how much of that is just some trees are descendant or related to the Erd tree or otherwise heavily influenced by it, and some trees are not. But yes, I do notice that we don't see a lot of yellow trees on land. It looks like those look like they're green. These or maybe not. Oh no, that might be on land though, because it's close to the edge. So I'll have to see though. But yeah, I do notice there's more that seem to be on land that are not green compared to in the ocean. Again, for those that didn't see last stream, I was supposing that water might be key to the cosmology because the sky may be an actual body of water. And hence why it's associated with magic and thus the stars and moon and all that. So there may be a cosmological significance to all the water here. You know, if you don't like the weather in Liurnia, just wait 15 minutes. Yeah, that's true. It just kind of magically fixes itself. Alright, we shall continue. Speaking of... God, there's so much here. Not gonna attack me? I was waiting for that to be a mimic or something. So strange. Do they just not like attacking in rain? Ah! Somber 3. Nope. Someone make your statues out of Somber 3 smithing stone. Also, Miyazaki, fix your names. Why is it called Somber 3? Why can't it just be, I don't know, rare smithing stone versus ultra rare and ultra rare? I will take that. Oh. My friend. Yep, there we go. Shield bash. Is that the Patch's skill? Oh. Perfect. Let us see. Trina's Lily, of course. Like I said, we are not going to go past this bridge. We are going to let the bridge do its thing. Speaking of doing our thing. Not so bad when I can kill you before you get to me. Alright, so... let's sweep here. Going right to left. No bats or anything in this little cubby? Okay. There we go. You tried to shove me! Rude! Gray Violet. Yeah, that makes sense. Crystallians? Crystallians! Hello? Any Crystallians home? More glintstone fireflies, though. Oh, I saw something. Snake snail! Wait, I didn't get here. Oh, do I have to go up here? This is overkill, but... it shall work. I don't think that accomplished anything. Miquella's Lily. Okay. So we're here. No? Oh, it's the bridge, of course. Yeah, bridge takes us. I should have known. Oh, but not that high. I guess we can always consider this part of the right path, but I'd rather make sure that we literally cover everything outside of the confines we laid out. I don't have time for any of you, no. I've wasted enough time with you guys already. Oh my gosh. Conga line of vengeful spirits. How will I survive? How will Loki get out of it this time? Find out next episode. Ooh. Oh. Sorry, buddies. That was, not the wall I was expecting to see. Are you kidding me, though? Is this literally the dead end? Did I do all that for nothing? Well, I had a good life. It's called the lakes, but like only a foot is submerged in water. I guess the soil is so drenched that any solid structures just sink, and so it gives the illusion that buildings are taken by water. I think that's just how FromSoft likes doing their lakes. Either they are like these bottomless pits that will have you sink straight to the bottom because your character doesn't know how to swim or can't swim, uh, or either or, they're like puddle swamps that you walk through. Also, the Japanese for lakes, quote unquote, is not explicit in that regard. You can interpret either way, so it can be interpreted as Liurnia, or the Japanese is more like Liene of the lake. Oh. I feel so cheated. I came up here just to find bats. Could there be a worse outcome? Is there any swimming in Sekiro? There is, yeah. Sekiro actually has underwater swimming, if I recall correctly. You can actually not just instantly die. Your shinobi was actually trained on the art of swimming on the giant island that is Japan. Thank God. I still haven't gotten what Okay, where the hell did I draw this line? Okay, it's literally just somewhere up there. I don't see an item, so we can ignore that. We'll remove that. There we go. Focus on ahead. Ah, somber! You're close. You're so close. Just make it somber. Please. Please. I believe so. Sekiro is probably one of the more unique Souls games in the way that the game plays, kind of like Bloodborne. The thing with Sekiro is that I don't consider it a Souls game. I mean, what does it have in common with Souls? There's checkpoints. Big whoop. Like, the combat, the stamina, health, leveling, like, leveling, quote-unquote, if you could call it that. Like, I guess you could say progression. It's just, it's not the same. It's complete, it's its own thing. And let's be honest, it's okay for FromSoft to make its own thing. Durasane is also nothing, it's even more so nothing like original Souls games, right? Like, it's a VR game. That's okay. It has a lot of that Souls storytelling, but that's about it. Sekiro barely has that, honestly. Oh. Oh, you're just blue stuff, okay. Yeah, we just got that. Yeah, we're covering this pretty well. Yeah, we should have enough. Unless this magical... Did I miss the door? No, it's here. Yeah, this requires 2. Perfect. Not wasted. Nothing, lol. One of my favorite historical deaths is King Louis II of Hungary, who fell in a river and drowned because his armor was too heavy. Man, that sucks. Like legit, I feel that, because, like, if you've ever been in armor and worn it, like, man, Like, that stuff, you can imagine that weighs you down. It's hard to swim with your buoyancy when you're, like, so much heavier. $15K. Okay, we'll do that a little later. We still got some exploring on this area to do. Oh, wait, wasn't this near where the dragon was? Yep. Okay, Mr. Dragon. I don't want to waste FP on this, so... Oh, they're pregnant! It's okay. I will not bug you, Mr. Pregnant Lobsters. Woo! I saw my light flash before my eyes right there. Yeah, I think that covers it. I think we're good. Alright, let's do Dragon Boy. Oh, I don't think we did any of this either, so we need to cover... Yeah, we have a lot to cover on this lake before we go on into caves or anything. Fighting a dragon in this fog. This is going to be quite the experience, chat. Before we start, though... That or being pinned down by your dead horse sounds pretty horrific. Yeah, that's another one. Like, you got like an animal that's like what, like at least like 250 pounds, like on the low end maybe. Probably even more. It's probably closer to like 300 to 400, I would imagine. And that thing like just falls on you, even if you have your armor to help like protect you from the blow, quote unquote. That's still like a giant animal that's crushing your lungs at that point. It's like, God, that's just so much pressure. Plus, it has to start, like, dancing around and stuff. Like, imagine being trampled by your horse. Like, oh, God, like, there's just... It's kind of crazy. Like, obviously, there's so many horrific ways to die in life, right? Like, that's just existence. But, yeah. Thinking about some of the ways medieval people probably fell, like, I only wish Demon's Soul, via items and junk, yeah. I only wish Demon's Soul, okay, honestly, love the Souls format, though. Demon's Souls especially, it's like, you're within the ruined confines of a vast world that's kind of kept from you, so you experience it in small bits. Yeah, what I like about Souls games, or FromSoftware style, since Miyazaki, is the idea of, I always say it, the narratives they tell are unique to the video game medium. They plop you in a world. They give you, like, a basic rundown at the beginning, so you get, like, the bare minimum necessary to acquaint yourself with the premise. But they basically just plop you into a strange and unfamiliar world, and they just ask you to experience it. And you just experience this world, its logic, what sounds normal or natural to it. And it's so rewarding. And that's the best thing. Like, when I do, like, my lore on my stuff on Dark Souls, what amazes me is how consistent the lore for those games are across games. It's not just within each game, but just across the franchise. How they build on each other in ways to really avoid having to, quote-unquote, retcon very much. It's so remarkable. It makes the world feel like, that's there, it exists, it's just the world. It's not a narrative trick or something, like, the world has these rules it very strictly follows. And it's very consistent in that regard. And it all just sort of exists there if you care for it. And if you don't, it still exists. Like, that's just so unique. It just lets the game exist. So whether or not you're engaging with the story or not, you feel the experience that this is a world that exists, regardless. It's so fascinating. Via items and junk. I only wish Demon's Souls had a stake of Americas or whatever. Those runbacks are brutal. They are. Oof. BRB. No problem. My thing with my opinion on the Stakes America and stuff, I don't mind that they were added, because quite honestly, runbacks in Souls games Like, they're an experience, right? But they're not a necessary experience. I wouldn't call them core to the Souls experience, right? Like, I have a lot of criticisms I can level at Elden Ring for being, like, making things too, quote-unquote, casual-friendly. But, like, Stakes America ain't it. I think they're fine as an addition, and I would like them in any Souls game to be added. Because if you're not going to add a you died, retry button, you may as well give us this option. Now, here's the thing. I would like the option to turn it off, because I hate whenever I have a Stake of America that I keep getting asked if I want to go there or back to my place. I'd like to just shut that off sometimes so I can just, like, be like, no, I want to just go back to my checkpoint. Or no, I just want to go to the closest checkpoint, i.e. the stake. If they could just add that for so you can tailor it, they'd be perfect. Because right now, it's very weird having the you died experience, but it's like, oh, there's a Stake of America, so it interrupts it. Like, I don't like that. That personally bugs me. Well, let's see how Mr. Smoke Dragon goes. Apparently, I'm not close enough. Smarag, huh? No relation to Smog, are you? Mr. Glintstone Dragon, you're not using that Glintstone. Oh, there we go. And dead. Well, that was anticlimactic. Meteor Staff with Rocksling. Just throw some meteors at the enemy. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, there's the key I need. That was anticlimactic. See, that's a problem I do have with Elden Ring. It's just the general balance in this game. It's definitely not. After coming from Dark Souls 3 and having that game be so finely tuned to your progression, it feels really awkward having to come back to Elden Ring and being like, okay, like 20 bosses are like literal pushovers, and then you'll find one where you're like, oh hey, this one might actually require some thought. And you guys are helping me to some extent, so it's not like every single boss fight is necessarily this easy. Like, I'm sure the Putrid Crystallians would have been a bit harder if I had to use melee and stuff to break them first, or whatever. But, like, oh boy. I can't be mad at anyone who wants closer checkpoints as someone who remembers running back to Manus' arena. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a long run, isn't it? You gotta go from his cell all the way down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine. Oh, Temple Quarter, so we're in, like, the church district of this game. Oh, boy. Yeah, magic's better. That's a trap if I've ever seen one. You all gonna come after me? Yes, yes, we get it. You're poisoned. Oh. Ice Rind Hatchet, or Ice Rind. I don't know how that's pronounced. Ice Rind, maybe? Yeah, there's no point doing. Oh no, you. Oh, Grace. I missed all the Graces in this place, I guess. We'll come back to the Temple Quarter in a second. Gotta just double check, make sure there's nothing here. Nothing here. The brick walls in the game can be overwhelming, at least. You can choose the order you want to crash into them. In this game. Running back in the pitch dark over a one-way bridge getting one-shot by dark magic spellcasters. Yeah, okay, so the brick walls in this game, the thing with the quote-unquote brick walls in this game is it never feels like when I'm fighting something, I'm like, oh, okay, I just gotta, like, persevere or learn the fight. It always feels like, oh, I'm just not the right level for this. But then when I come back, when I do get myself a little higher, it's almost always like, okay, I'm like over leveled for this now. Again, that's the problem I see. This game, it's nice. It has lots of, I love the exploration, I love the open world, I love the gathering, I love the grabbing items, even though I'm always disappointed by the items I grab. Again, that just shows you how addictive the way they set up the world and the exploration is. But like, it's one of those things where I'm like, the boss balance in this game, one of the things that people love about Souls games, feels so scuffed. Just feels super scuffed. Rhymed crystal bud. So, it's frozen. Why is this at the church? Oh. Alright. Come on, there we go. Woo. I think I'm safe. Okay, ice hatchet, ice rind, ice rind, ice rue. There we go. Running back in pitch dark over a one-way bridge, getting one-shot by dark magic spellcasters. Do you notice the dead Albinauric woman in the center of the temple district? No, I didn't. I'm gonna have to look back at that. A hatchet with a frost-coated blade, one of several gifts given by Castle Soul in the distant north. Oh, I remember this item. So I have translated this. The term used for this is like a, several gifts. So it doesn't mention the several gifts. It just mentions the idea of tribute. The idea that, historically the term was used when referring to, like, you know, when the daimyo or the shogun or whatever, needed to receive, you know, the offerings of tribute or whatever that you wanted. Like, you had some fancy items, or you had, obviously, the grain, or I guess the rice in this case, or barley, or whatever offerings you could make. I guess that's where the localization interprets the one of several, right? Because the idea would be this would be happening semi-regularly, right? But we find it in the church district. Gotta keep that in mind in relation to where the academy is here. Interesting. All right, let's look at that. Albinauric woman. Find the Albinauric woman. She's out in a cave in south of the land Casca ruin, or whatever it's called. Right. Can we just say Gideon has like the best voice, though? Like, if they had to pick a guy that's gonna make us have to listen forever and ever, it may as well. Oh. You're right. And she had the rhymed crystal bud, right? So yeah, we should be expecting a lot more Albinauric women in the north. I guess that makes sense, because like they have like wolves or ice wolves or something for their steeds. Like Lobo. Rest in peace. Anything else here? No? How about here? Did we get inside this building at all? Hiding any juicy secrets? Nope. It's just it's a temple sinking into the mud. Goodbye, church. Ice Rind Hatchet, though, and it comes from the scale of a dragon known as the Freezing Fog. And that's, I think I remember that dragon being called Borealis, right? I looked at this translation just the other day, and I can't remember it now. Oh my. My goldfish memory. Please help. Send help. I think my brain is terminal. I love his voice. Gideon's goons must have killed her searching. You think so? It could just be, you know, a lot of other threats that are here. But yeah, maybe. Maybe Gideon is responsible if he's looking for the medallion halves. Are we done here? Have we done everything related to the lake? There's Vare with the Rose Church. Have we done this, though? Let's look here. But, okay, so Castle Soul is giving tribute to... which is a dragon scale on an axe, essentially an axe haft, to... Oh, I didn't get this. Oh, that's right, with the cat, I remember with the... Okay, so this is the limit of where, like, stuff we've explored. Yeah, go crazy. Yeah, go crazy on the floor. Yeah, you. You do you, mate. I think we're good. We just gotta... Let's just make sure we survey so we don't have to go here for any reason. I hope I can see items I could collect from here. I feel like I would have seen it if I was at the church, so yeah, let's cover this side. Welcome to Tentacle Hentai Land. Are you visiting? Or are you here to film an AV? No, thank you. I just want to... Ah, poor fellow, gone perfectly mad. Love, revenge, the frenzy flame melts it all away. Oh. Oh, this is Edgar. What happens if you don't do the arena quest line? Does Edgar still appear here? Like, does he still go crazy? Does she, like, still die and stuff if you skip and he appears here? You just didn't do the quest? I'm kind of curious. What changes if you don't do Weeping Peninsula, like, at all? So I guess we just have a bunch of Frenzy Flame adherents that happen to be here. And it's like, oh, Edgar's gone crazy. Well, if only the Frenzied Flame would free him from his suffering. So I'm guessing that these were all burned by our dragon friend. I gotta keep out for burnt trees then, because it's a signal for, it's a sign that we have lots of dragons in the area. Alrighty. Alright, I think that's everything. We've covered all that, basically. So we just have this right side, and everything related to that, and we still have more north of the Belfries. So before that, let's do this cave under the Academy. The Academy Crystal Cave. This could be good. I wonder if this is like a secret route into the Academy or something, so you don't have to you don't have to fight the dragon or try to loot the keys. Edgar gives you something good for the quest, and you can summon him if you help Irina. But if you visit the shack before you do, she dies. Okay, so the game basically just forces her to die and has Edgar go crazy and start. Okay, so basically just forces either way. What happens if you kill Edgar then? Like, if you just like keep him from doing stuff? That's an interesting thought. Then how does that affect things? I can equip Starlight. That's right. I gotta do that. Ooh. Nice. That is so cool. Dark Souls. See, this game is really Dark Souls 2 too. It even gives you the cast light spell in the blue instead of the yellow. Truly, this game is just Dark Souls 2 remake. And man, is it quite the remake. God, we're going straight under the academy. So much crystal, huh? I guess they chose the location for a reason. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. I hate when the bleed happens on the last hit. Like, why can't my proc come a little earlier? More silver. Sucks to be you, Cal. I don't know why they brought you down here. Seems a bit nonsensical, if you ask me. Gosh, I love this so much. Caves are my favorite kind of dungeon in this game. It's just so cool. There is something back there, too. That might be the proper way we should go. Or not. Camp. Supplies. Guy in cage, though. Why do you have people in cages down here? Just a stone sword key? Magic experiments, maybe? Odd. Why would you need to keep someone prisoner down here? Slave, perhaps? But you have lots of options on that front. Oh, and this is proper lighting. Oh. Look at all that blood. Oh. Oh, you. Okay, I don't know how strong you are compared to the one in Caelid. I'm gonna hope not that bad. This is an overkill, but I am on it. There we go. There's our boss. The architecture gets formal here, huh? Suspicious. Weapons, huh? Why do you want weapons here? Is it just generic military supplies they want to represent? And a rune arc of all things. Oh. Oh, how do I get up there? Oh. You gave away your position, buddy. Shouldn't have hit that wall. Let's see. Good question. I'm not a monster, so I never tried. I love using Starlight. I always have it equipped. Yeah, I love it as a spell. It's such a great spell. I agree. It's a wonderful sequel to Dark Souls 2. Yeah, my impression is that Miyazaki saw Dark Souls 2 when he was working on, like, obviously he had to make Dark Souls 3 and stuff, but he saw Dark Souls 2, he looked at that, he saw that abortion of a game and said, you know what? I can do that better. And then he did. Oh, I can do that. It's like, so. Yeah. So then. Hey, the hoods in this game are always a little sus. Yeah, I don't want to risk it with those guys. Was gonna say, can only imagine how disappointed Ariona would have been seeing his dad as the edgy snot frog he became, though I don't get why the 12th king didn't just do what the White Maiden did. I go over this in my Boletaria analysis, so I'll talk about that in a sec. I guess FromSoftware has a thing for veiled kingly character types with weird relations with their sons. The co-director of this is the Dark Souls 2 director. Yeah, I'm not surprised. For Elden Ring, yeah. Okay, so the thing with King Allant. So King Allant the 12th, as the localization likes to call him. But yeah, the idea is that, okay, you got the 12th King Allant. Let's call him Bob. So Bob had a problem. Life sucks. Especially when you're king. Things are not easy. You have a lot of people you gotta take care of. And they don't care about your personal problems, because you gotta always do your kingly duties. And your family doesn't care about your personal problems. They only care about doing what's good for the family, which means for themselves and their future generations and posterity. So Allant was shouldered with a huge family legacy that he had to live up to, despite the fact that he understood that that legacy was batshit insane. So he's depressed about all that, and he decides, okay, I'm going to, I hope this boss is, oh boy, it's you. Okay, yeah, we can do this. So, King Allant basically thinks, what am I gonna do to, make everyone happy? Well, I gotta do the whole warring and crap. But that's, kind of nasty and evil, so let's see if we can end it. Okay, well, there's this thing called souls, now that the warring is over, so maybe we can make people better off if we do that for society. Well, that plan didn't quite work out either. So, instead, he just realized that, you know what, human iniquity is kind of ingrained. Really no way to deal with that. Oh my god. I'm telling this story while beating this boss easy. So then, how are we gonna deal with the problem of human evil and suffering? Well, let's just wipe everything out. So he goes there, but the problem is that Allant's a good person. And even though he's depressed, and he's getting old, and he's looking back on his legacy and thinking, oh my god, all the awful things I've done, all this awful things in this world, all this suffering and terror and all that, let's just end it all. So despite all of that, he's still thinking when he's going to the old one, trying to become a demon, oh my god, this really isn't right though, right? Like, I am just going to cause mass extermination and genocide. And that is probably why he fails to become a proper demon. And he ends up having to create another demon to act through, as his incarnate avatar. Tanimura, I think. Bob Allant. Bob Allen Allant, yeah. So Bob has a huge problem there. That he's a good person, but he's a very conflicted man. And he's had a very conflicted life. And it just becomes that thing where it's like, he snaps, and he decides, I'm gonna do the ultimate evil, but he's not that far gone. He's still someone who, obviously, when we fight him, he's someone who understands the iniquity of things. He's someone who's very just and self-righteous. And that, I think, bleeds through, and that he doesn't have the commitment. Now, Stray, on the other hand, oh, she's like, oh, hit me up, old one, make me that demon. Like, recombulate all of my cells into that demonic energy essence, right? Like, she's all about that demon life, because Estrella has no conscience. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that literally, she has no sense of what she's doing could be wrong. She just thinks, I'm doing what's best for everyone by justice. I'm gonna take everyone's souls, rob them of their ability to feel pain, and then everyone will be better off that way, right? Because I've taken away their suffering. It's like, you've also taken away their happiness, their joy, their love, their, like, pretty much anything good that they could possibly have, and they just become mindless husks. They're empty, devoid of anything that makes them them. So, you can't even argue that's really them being alive at that point. But that's sort of the point that I'm getting at, is that Astraea is someone who's not going to hesitate. Because she thinks that this is the way forward, that that's the right thing to do. And we just went really far. Oh, this is a secret way into the academy. Well, hey Moon. Enjoying being covered by the Erd Tree? Oh, we can go up this way? Oh, this is just the tallest tower in the entire building. Yeah, there's no way to get down, no wonder. Neat. Poor Allant. Honestly makes him seem more noble compared to Gwyn and Oceros. Allant, the Lord of Frenzy Flame. Pretty nice. I guess that Elden Ring has at least its fair share of good lords. Yeah, the thing with Allant, and again, you can read my Boletaria analysis in full for the full backstory on that. But, like, again, it's on my website at lokisouls.com, of course. The thing with Allant, and why I consider him such a good villain, I still consider Gwyn Miyazaki's best villain. We'll see how that changes when I get through Elden Ring, but I still think Gwyn is, like, the magnum opus of villain characters that Miyazaki's ever written. But as far as Allant's concerned, what makes him compelling as a villain character is the fact that he is this good, self-righteous man, and he decided, like, he was someone who, he had the luxurious life. He had all the power in the world, and he still felt powerless to do anything about the evil in the world. All the malice, all the evil. All that power as king of the most powerful country in the world, possibly. At least the continent. And he felt helpless. He felt like the only solution was just to end it all. Let the old one trash everything. That there was no point, there was no potential in humanity, that it was all just rotten to the core. And I think that's an incredibly compelling story, because it really has you have to think about your existence. Now, obviously, he's wrong. There's plenty of good, and despite the suffering, right? Like, our existence, like, we don't all decide, well, you know, let's all mass suicide, right? So, like, it's self-evident that he's wrong, but I think it's very compelling that you have someone in that position to think about that he comes to that conclusion. I think it really helps us have to think about the amount of suffering that exists in our world and what we have to do about that. Both in terms of just dealing with it, accepting that that exists. Again, much like with Astraea's situation, her problem is that she never took Philosophy 101, the problem of suffering. How could God let all this suffering in the world exist? And there's obviously a huge bunch of discussion and philosophical debates to be had there. But the point is that she had no concept of this before she saw it firsthand in the Valley of Defilement and realized just how bad things got. So when she's in that state, she basically reverts to the opposite extreme of, oh, I have to take away all their suffering. I have to completely remove it. Okay, I gotta take away their souls, because the soul is the source of the mind, and thus the source of thought and feeling, and thus if I take away the soul, I can take away suffering. Well, how am I gonna take away the soul? Well, if I become a demon, I get the power to rob men of their souls. Okay, I become a demon, right? And she ends up making herself complicit to the destruction of the world. And whether or not she knows that or not, she doesn't care. Because she thinks that again, much like Allant, she thinks that all existence is apparently suffering, for at least the people of the valley, and presumably many others in the world like them. And she wants to simply take away their pain, and at least let these people have that relief from pain before that, right? And it's a very quote-unquote noble cause, but it's the most horrifying method imaginable. Again, I always give people the comparison for Astraea. Imagine that your local political leader, whoever that be, suddenly announced tomorrow that everyone below the poverty line, we're just going to round them up and lobotomize them. Just, take them. I think we would all rightfully say, no, that's kind of inhumane. Like, what are you, a monster? And that's what's scary about Astraea, is that she would do that, essentially. She's doing that, essentially. And she completely thinks that it's righteous and just. She has no conscience harmed by this. Her guilt is completely absent. Because as far as she's concerned, that's the right thing. She has put herself in the position of God and thinks that she is the one who, she can't possibly be wrong in her decision. It's God who's wrong. How could God have allowed all this suffering for people? And again, it's why Demon Souls, I think, doesn't get enough respect that it deserves for its narrative. it's such a very fascinating, compelling story, despite being, again, very basic. I've always said, what people don't realize about Demon Souls is just the story of the hero setting out on the journey to defeat the Demon King. Except the way that Miyazaki builds on that for the world and everything, no one realizes how basic the premise of Demon Souls really is. It's the classical JRPG trope. It just flips so much stuff on its head. I've never been able to use this spell. Bet I'm gonna binge read. Yeah, I recommend it. My website is excellent for that type of stuff. And obviously, I have my 2 volumes of Abyssal Archive that I'm working on. Well, that I'm working on getting out, I should say, because it's already been written. It's going to the printers to publish. The digital version should hopefully be out soon. So again, go to abyssalarchive.com for more information, but that will give you a full breakdown of everything Dark Souls 1. And if you don't want to get a physical edition, I acknowledge that it is a bit pricey, though it's extremely good quality. You just gotta go to abyssalarchive.com, you'll see. But, link in the description of the vid, by the way. The thing with Abyssal Archive is you can get the digital version for cheaper and stuff like that, right? So, look forward to that. But who is Amana in Dark Souls 2, and why is there a shrine to her? That's my lore question. Turning the houseless into much only has about 30% support. Turning the houseless into mulch only has about 30% support. we did the polling. We checked out. Did the politicians get the polls in on what exactly they should be supporting this time? All right, let's go here so we can get our map, and then we'll call it. Who is Amana, and why is there a shrine to her? Amana's not a person. Amana's an altar. And the altar refers to the general area that we explore. So Amana is just the underground area of Dark Souls 2 we are. Now, why is it called that? That's a good question. It's not immediately obvious. I think it's, if I recall correctly, Amana is a Japanese flower, if I remember. And that might be the type of flowers we see. I have to double check, because I'm not read up on my flowerology, unfortunately. My florology, or whatever it's called. So I have to double check. But if I recall correctly, Amana is a flower in Japan. So, gotta double check that. But the idea of the Shrine of Amana and what's it all about is that if you go to my analysis for Olafis, I talk about the idea that it looks like it's remnants of the Olafis culture that was stranded after the fall of Olafis, and they ended up kind of degenerating into kind of like pagan witches kind of deal, right? And what all these priestesses, quote unquote, would be doing is that there was the big frog demon, the demon of song as it's called, and this singing demon, quote unquote, had to be sealed. And it seems that the idea was that they would use magic or something for that originally, but eventually, as things got forgotten and the culture becomes more debased, it seems to become more about placating the demon with regular offerings of sacrifices. Now, this plays very frequently on a common Japanese trope. Like, I don't know how many manga I've read where there's the idea that there's this terrible evil demon that has been sealed away because it ends up being placated and worshipped as a god, despite being this evil being, right? There's like some exorcist who sealed it away, but the seal's broken, and those who were sent to protect it in the afterward, the descendants, end up losing the power to keep the seal going, and they end up just becoming worshippers of it and placating it, and then it eventually, of course, breaks free or something like that, right? Like, there's always that idea, and you gotta use, like, actual living human sacrifices it to keep it from running amok. That seems to be the idea with the Demon of Song, in terms of all the thing that the lore surrounds us on. But, again, Dark Souls 2 lore is very vacuous, so it's a lot more helpful if you, like, go to the guide page on LokiSouls.com and read stuff on Haida, this Haida civilization, on Olafis, on, no, I think Olafis covers that both, and on various other countries and stuff in the history, because it gives you an idea of how Dark Souls 2 structures its history for Drang Lake, and how that history ties into Dark Souls 1, which is very important. It's very important that, that's why I say read the Haida analysis, because you need to get that right. Totally agree. It's like small but vast. One of my favorites, to be honest, botany. Amanus edulis is a tulip with 5 white petals that has reddish streaks. Beautiful flower. Okay, so it is Amana is a actual flower. I am not forgetting. Lyria West. Oh, there's a thing right here, so. Anything special about the maps for this place? Okay, dragons that escaped the Scarlet Rot made a nest of the plateau to Caelid's north. I have to double check the Japanese for that, because that escape could be interesting, because it gives us the idea that the dragons actually lived in Caelid rather extensively. Made a nest of the plateau to Caelid's north. Thus it was named Dragon Barrow, and none dared to enter. Caelid, known as the locale of the last battle between General Radon and Millennia, Blade of Miquella, is the last thing constantly marred by. Yeah, it's just giving basic information. The Academy of Rea Lucaria towers over the north, while at its base spreads the town built around it, now flooded. 2 high roads end their journey here. Lernia East. Sinking into the lake, the eastern coast is home to a high road running north and south. Yes. West. The majority of Lyria, known for its vast forests and ever-present fog, is sinking into a lake. Yes. The western coast has always been closely associated with the Carian royalty. Is that so? So we're going to the Carian Castle Manor, I assume. Unceasing lane reigns. Other than the most, yeah, it's where many soldiers path. Yeah, okay, so basic stuff. Okay. Oh, this is the thing that Acer was talking about. So Acer Aesthetics, a good buddy of mine that we've collaborated on several podcasts and stuff and videos and things like that. You should watch his content. It's really great. Really good stuff he does for video games and analysis and not like lore type of stuff, but more so just like game development, and sort of takes a wonderful angle about what makes these games work, how they tick, how they play, their design overall. I think excellent content in that regard. But anyway, he made a joke because he loves Kingsfield, and he's like, oh, the King's Realm ruins or something like that. That's totally a reference to Kingsfield. And then I was like, I hate to rain on your parade, but I looked at the Japanese, and I know it's not the same term as Kingsfield whatsoever, not any even close. It more so means the royal family's territory. So the idea is that, oh, these are ruins in the the territory that the royal family controls. And apparently they got invisible teleporting nobles who want to annoy me. Where's the underground here? Oh. No, you don't. Oh, whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. Wait. Okay, because it would have been okay. I was about to say, how is that going to trick me? But, okay, so that's how they blocked off your road to Caria. Oh, traps. Huh? How? You're wolves! How did you do that? Or is that the trap? Frickin' wolves, man. Oh! Well, that's a thing. Gonna have to keep that in mind in the future. Alright, we covered everything else, right? Flintstone fireflies. Oh, there's a boss here. Oh no. Well. Oh no! Fuck you. I gotta get the timing right. Oh! Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh my god, just stop! Oh my god, stop. Woo! Woo! There we go! No! Boss defeated. Yes! Boss defeated! Yay! That's all that matters. The boss is dead! Royal Revs have no right being this horrible. Oh my god, that was hell. Being stuck in a small room with that thing. Oh my god. Ah! I just barely pulled that off. Woo, boy. Yeah, Wolfies, I don't care about any of you. I just defeated a Royal Revenant. You are beneath me. Oh my god, there are traps here, though. Where is... Oh. Oh yeah, so the traps do that. Gotcha. Well, I don't care about any of that. I wonder why one of them is down here. Is it just because it happens to be that the Revenants are in this area, or something else? Either way... Item. Frozen Needle. A lot of frozen stuff here. A razor-thin piercing blade of ice forged by E.G., the Carrion Royal Blacksmith. By the way, E.G. in the Japanese is the same name for Izzy from Bloodborne, just FYI. So, we finally met Izzy, everyone! Can inflict frost upon enemies and launches blade with a strong attack. The blade immediately regenerates. But it's frozen. Interesting. The Carrion Royals are so weird. The gear makes it sound like this multi-generational dynasty, and yet it began with Renala and seems to have ended with her. I'll check the localization for all that, because it's quite possible that some of the weirdness to that is because localization played fast and loose with the wording. We'll see. It's like those people that purchase property so they can call themselves lords of a house or something. Somber stones are nearby. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Ellie. Speaking of Kingsfield, I finally get to play it tomorrow. My friend got the first game for $100, and I'm the only one with a PS1, so that should be fun if the game works. Wow, $100 for the original Kingsfield. I hope it's an experience you guys all enjoy. I hope it's worth the cost. Holy crap, though. That is kind of crazy. Is that a ghost? E.G., forgive me. These royal crowns were placed in our trust, but we stood no chance. I see. So the idea is that these nobles here were supposed to act as a kind of checkpoint in these ruins. Alright, where be those somber smithing stones? Let's keep an eye out. Oh, hey, G. Oh, didn't we get that hammer? Good time to sort the chest. Yeah, because Godric's sentimental. Falchion. Nothing special there. Watchdog staff. Yeah, here we go. No, that's not it. I could have sworn we got something like what EG has from like the digger troll. Am I misremembering that? I might be. Might be that the Digger Troll had the same weapon, but I didn't receive it. It might should be in Hammer or Great Hammers, so... Yeah, no. Yep. Whatever.
Well, look at you. We don't receive many visitors.
Not E.G. exhibiting peak fashion with a glass lampshade. Yeah, man. He just doesn't want to get a tan. Gotta reflect it all.
Oh, pardon me. It's hardly my place to ask, is it?
You're nice.
I am E.G.
I know you got the Carian crest on your little smithing hammer thing here.
The Carian royals.
What do they call these things?
An old codger who refuses to retire his rusty hammer. So here I am, still quietly plying my trade on this
Anvils, that's what they're called.
Perhaps you like a
Like in the
display?
cartoons.
These bones are old, but still able.
I guess both those blonde-haired northerners as well as trolls are the descendants of giants. I wonder if those Caden dudes are also of this lot, seeing as they roar akin to one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because they say they come from the northern mountaintops, the Caden set and stuff. But blonde-haired northerners... Do we have anything like that in this game? Am I forgetting something? I'm thinking, blonde-haired northerners. It's probably just slipping my mind. But I can't recall if we've done so.
Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else.
Oh, is that so?
If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm.
But you didn't even smith.
I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, Tarnished.
Yes, I can see.
You don't know how hard it is not to break anything while I work.
You're such a sweetie.
Brave Tarnished. A word of warning, if you
Yes, you told me.
This territory once
never mind.
belonged to the Carian royal family. Their manor lies not far beyond this point.
Yeah, you can see it.
When the Lucari Academy turned on the Carians,
Oh.
the Knights of the Cuckoo descended on this tract.
Oh, I see.
After leveling it, they carried on to the manor.
Yeah.
The Carians were taken off guard, but their strength had not waned, and they repelled the Knight's onslaught by conjuring an enchanted snare that remains potent to this day.
Well,
That
I
is
hate
why
traps.
I say, Tarnished, don't go near the manor.
Gotcha.
Unless you wish to lie with the corpses of the heedless Knights of the Cuckoo.
Of the cuckoo?
Blythe actually did that.
Yeah, he mentioned you.
Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he.
Oh, the Zamora.
Perhaps he sees
The-
something unusual about you.
The heroes of Zamor, or the Japanese is more like Zamir or Zamir.
I've something else that might suit you.
The preset class race, I think, along with stuff like Newman and Redlanders and whatnot. I'll double check if that's a thing, because I think all those races are supposed. Well, okay, yeah, some of them are definitely like come from the lands between, but I'll check if there's any that's like a northerner in the future.
I've explained the peril of the enchanted snare. Whatever you do,
What do you got? Oh my god! Ah! E.G., I love you. You are my new favorite person. I think I found the somber stones, Ellie. Lowers FP consumed by skills. Wow, that's nice. An honor said to have once been awarded by Carian knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there's only one princess, Rani, daughter of Renala. Ah! So you're a retainer to Rani, huh? You don't got that knight helmet, but you got that knight's etiquette. Thank you, my man. You are an honorable sir. Finally. Ah, at long last. Ah. Another one. I'm gonna get one of these, so this is a waste of souls, but, like, I need that feeling. Ah! That feels so much better. So what's the damage on this now? Physical 125. How's that compared to other stuff I can do? That I can use, I should say. Oh, crystal staff. I never looked at this. Staff action from indeed impossible for a human. Yeah. So the Crystallians have been forming under Rhea Lucaria from those crystals too. That makes sense. The fate cogitation is known as the Wisdom of Stone. This staff can only be wielded by those of intellect high enough to grasp such wisdom. It's a high intellect staff, huh? The Wisdom of Stone. Makes sense, because crystals are a form of mineral. Gosh, it feels so good. How's it compared to this? 244, 242. Oh, this is still better. This, I think, might edge it out because it can do more damage with its passive, but, like, this is so stupid. It's a hard pick between Hugh and EG, to be honest. He has the carry in Knight's Tails, if you check his back. Ooh. Tails, you say? Yep. Yep, you're right. He's got their little cloak. Yep, so it makes sense. So you serve Ronnie, because she's the only princess left. Gotcha. Good to know. So EG was a knight, and he was charged with making sure that this, as a knight, he was like, hey, make sure you protect this place. That is the most inconvenient part of this ruin. Like, oh god, imagine being someone like, hey, go to storage. Oh, right. Jeez, can we, like, carve out this rock sometime? Make it easier to get through here? Who put a door there? Why not put it here? So he left it to the nobles, but a lot of them ended up getting killed. And the area got reduced to ruins, and then the Cuckoo Knights kept going. But then they were able to be repelled from there. We should end here, but... Oh! That's the trap! Well, that's not that bad. Yeah, that's not that bad at all. Also, can I just say that Elden Ring's narrative is not that, like, impossible to penetrate so far. Like, obviously I've read some of the scripts, so I know some stuff ahead of time or whatever. But most of the stuff that we're receiving as we get it is pretty straightforward. Like, it's not like it's this hard thing to figure out. Like, a lot of stuff is just told to us. And definitely... So, I don't understand some of the complaints some people will have about trying to follow along. It's not that hard. You're not going to get all the answers about, like, every cosmological detail or something, but, like, that's true for, like, most games in most series. You gotta have some surprises. I'll definitely be able to level up after this because of all these runes. If I find something better than Moonveil, it's gonna be hilarious when I have to get another Somber Smithing Stone 3. That I cannot wait. Still haven't found a crystal mine to actually get more smithing stones, by the way. Okay, so this is done. So we got a burial plot here. For who, though? For the Cuckoos or for Carians? Questions, questions. Because I can't imagine the Carians don't have their own graveyard with how big this place is. The question is that the graveyard? Nope. You're killing the trees! Free! Interesting how there's more dead trees here. Even though we're not quite at the dragon level. So either there's another dragon at this castle I'm gonna have to worry about, or maybe it's a reference to this battle here with all these magic arrows. Yeah, I was thinking of giving up on this because of the trap or whatever and try this next time, but this is really not that bad. Rusty plays the contemptible Cuckoo, lost in the siege of Kari Manor. Wonderful! I'm so glad you confirmed that for me. Oh, there's Grace. I don't know who's casting this, but I cannot wait to kill them. Okay, this is just exploring more around in this area. Gotcha. Oh my god, the weapon! It's killing these guys in one hit. I love it. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, everyone. Dang it. Oh no, it's the bot. Bot's back. We'll deal with that. Report. Stop spamming. And while we're doing this, hide you on the channel. There we go. All handled. Yeah, it's very digestible. I kind of feel like people don't like reading. Yeah, people don't like reading. That's the problem. Like, Souls... I understand that Souls games are not as easy for people because, again, it's a lot about the experience and environmental storytelling and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you're going to get everything right the first time going around or anything, right? Like, obviously, this game, the worst part about this type of narrative storytelling and a critique you can level at Miyazaki is that it gives you information overload. Oh, you're big! Also, Hoarfrost Stomp. Also, we didn't look at this. Glenstone Story Academy of Rare Lucaria, Academy Sigil on the ground, raising the magic strength of those within. Ooh, a buff. Once the sigil would be cast from the highest belfry of the Academy, covering the entire institution's grounds. This spell allows such a vivid experience of spellcasting success, it turns many fledgling into... Oh, I get it. That's why it's at the tower, and the tower connects to the crystals underground, right? So you draw on the power of the crystals underground, right? And you use those to help fuel the sigil that would encase the entire academy grounds, right? You'd make it big. Because I assume this, what we do is we create just like a little sigil that covers like a certain like small area for us to do. Okay, that's cool. Oh, and we get a road over there if I want. But no thank you. God, that valley, that's an intimidating lot. Yeah, okay, there's more graves here, so yeah, there has to be a graveyard up here or something. Yeah, so that has to be the Karian burial grounds. How's the academy going? Hey, Teen Sith, you're coming like right just about when we're about to finish up, unfortunately, but it's great to have you here right at the end. Academy, let's just say, I went left. I passed school. I went straight to the principal's home. I promise I'm not doing anything obscene. I'm not here to magically get my grades into A's through, unseemly methods. I promise you. Yay. I'm a good Loki. That's it. Magic batteries. Yep. Magic batteries. Get control of the land. Ah, truancy. Ah, truancy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, I see. Traps do exist. Someone's casting that, right? Okay. Now I'm gonna hard stop. We have gotten very far here, so let's enjoy it. How much is this? 2,000. Okay, and we want 41k. So there we go. Level up. Ooh, now I have to make a decision. Now I've got my guy to 60, and yeah, that doesn't upgrade my... Oh, that upgrades one of my staff, so it might be worth it, but let's see. What do I want now? Let's go into other stats. Let's go to mind, because if I'm going to use Big Boy here, I'm going to need more FP to offset the cost. So let's try to get to 40 with my mind. More power. Okay. So that covers it though. Gosh, I'd like to keep going, but we'll save Karya Manor for next time. So it was great. It was great having you all here. We got some really cool questions, both related to Elden Ring and otherwise. We had some cool discussions too. I really liked today's stream. I mean, I like all the streams I've done with you guys, but like today's felt, I don't know, a little special, unique compared to the others, and you know, that's nice. It's nice to have a memorable experience each time. Still haven't gone to school. I'll be attending eventually. I gotta get my my bonus points though. Gotta kiss up to the principal. And then we've got so much more to see. What a beautiful game. What a beautiful place. Oh, I love it. Oh, Elden Ring. It's such a wonderful experience. So, it's great seeing you guys all. So, we're going to be finishing up here again. Thank you so much. We're going to probably explore the Carrion Manor. And then, you know what? I'm going to assume Carrion Manor is going to take an entire stream. So, you know, we'll do Carrion Manor, and then if that's somehow we have extra time, maybe we'll just end it early. But anyway, that'll be all. So can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye for now.